Hello, everybody. Our scriptures this weekend call us into a conversation about forgiveness, which is a good thing because talking about it is sure a lot easier than doing it. Forgiveness is a double edged sword, don't you think? When we're the ones who have misstepped or misspoken, when we're the ones with the debt or the ones who have brought harm to others, oh, we're all about forgiveness. It's a great idea, the proverbial get out of jail free card. But when we're the victims, when we're the person who was wronged in some way, the person who is owed something, well, then forgiveness is not such a hot idea. We want justice, not forgiveness. We want people to get their comeuppance. It's darkly satisfying. The double standard is so phenomenally human, isn't it? When we're the sinner, we deserve a break. We deserve forgiveness. After all, we're not bad people. We just made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. Cut us some slack. But when we're the ones who are wronged and sinned against, well, people should be held accountable. I should be forgiven. But the other guy, well, I'm not ready to forgive him just yet. How do we reconcile this double standard when the experience of being forgiven is so inseparably linked to the act of forgiving others? Even the prayerful words Jesus shares with us link the two as one. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. As the gospel story of the unforgiving servant makes clear, the two ideas go together. So, how do we get to a spiritual place where we can embrace both sides of this balanced equation? I think Paul's letter to the Romans shines a light for us. He writes, "None of us lives for oneself, and no one dies for oneself." Just hang with me a bit here. You'll see how this comes together. See, Paul fully recognizes that we are all one body of Christ. And when we are awake to that spiritual awareness, we live whole, unified, undivided lives. So we are able to forgive and to be forgiven in equal measure. Forgiveness becomes the glue that heals our fractures and holds humanity together with God, together in God. But as long as we follow our own egos and see ourselves as separate from God, and separate from one another, well, we live divided, disconnected, and ununified lives in which forgiveness is so difficult, perhaps even impossible. So let's bring this around to an upshot you can carry around this week. When we think about forgiveness, whether it's about being forgiven ourselves or forgiving others, we're really talking about restored unity. That's the Holy Communion we're all striving for, right? Focus your prayer, your meditation, and your contemplation on this idea of being one with all God's people. From there, forgiveness will fall into place.